The holidays are over and Hytale news is back. Things have been a bit quiet for the last couple weeks, but today we do have news about both a modeling and a world generation blog post, light system update information, a look at Gaia's temple, and even a new zone. If you enjoy these news videos, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more, and consider using code PROW8413 when you purchase Hytale or anything else in game. So let's start with something interesting that Simon just posted. In this post where Simon says, "I love Hytale," followed by, "We have an incredible journey ahead of us, and to think it was all gone for a moment. Thank you all for your incredible support. We are pouring everything into this game, and we hope to make you proud in years to come." He is posting a still video of what appears to be Gaia's temple with a soundtrack by Oscar Garvin, who does all of Hytale's amazing soundtracks. Gaia is the goddess of Orbis, which is the main world of Hytale that you spawn into. In some past concept art, Gaia appears to be asleep on an altar in her temple, possibly alluding to the player needing to do something to rescue or awaken her. Simon then posted an image as a reply to this post that shows the prompt the player will see when they enter a new region. It reads, "Edge of the Echo" in the zone section, then Forgotten Temple in the region section. We don't know anything definitive from this, but my guess is that it is an area separate from our world that we play in, and is a story-based area that you will likely visit multiple times if you decide to play through the game's story. The Edge of the Echo will likely have many small regions in it, the Forgotten Temple being one of them. These areas will probably be rich in game lore and likely put us in some sort of adventure mode that doesn't allow us to break blocks or build within the area. Maybe we will find out when Hytale releases on January 13th. Next, we have a brand new blog post by Thomas Frick, who is in charge of the art direction of Hytale. The post from the official Hytale account reads, "In today's blog post, Thomas Frick gives an in-depth introduction on creating models in Hytale. Everything you need to know to start making models in Hytale, including our Blockbench plugin, video tutorials, and much more." Now, I'm no expert with modeling, and it's not one of my personal interests, so I won't embarrass myself by trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about here. But in this blog post, Thomas goes over and shows examples for many of their principles they follow for creating all of the artwork that makes up the game of Hytale. He goes into detail about the Hytale rendering engine regarding what modelers need to know. He details how they have worked with Blockbench to create their Hytale plugin, and covers many different art directions, do's and do nots that artists will want to know if they're trying to make their creations feel like they fit in the game of Hytale. This includes information about model geometry, texture sizes, and block sizes, and even goes into detail about texturing objects in the ways that the Hytale team does the official assets in the game. There are some video tutorials and a lot of detailed information on all of this in the blog post, so whether you're an experienced modeler ready to jump into Hytale or somebody who's just getting started and wants to learn Blockbench for the purpose of modeling in Hytale, definitely check out this blog post. It's video tutorials, and I'm sure you'll find some great community-made tutorials popping up frequently for this and in the coming weeks and months to help get you started. In this next post, we get some information about holiday decor. Martin Littlewood says, "I'm curious if Hytale has recipes for present boxes or whether they'll do what lots of other games do, reskinning stuff temporarily at Christmas." Now, Simon responds back saying, "Eventually, I want Christmas and Halloween to feel special, not just reskins. I'm a big fan of creating core memories for players with holidays." So Simon has actually talked about this a few times now, and what he has expressed that he wants to do is have various different holiday decorative categories that permanently exist in the game, rather than only being a seasonal thing that comes and goes. This will be great to see, I think, as players will be able to celebrate the different holidays in their worlds and get to permanently keep that in their worlds rather than it being temporary. We have seen screenshots like this one where we see Christmas ornaments, lights, and presents throughout this little town. These sorts of things will be available to you anytime you want to use them. Now, in this post here, Void says, "World Gen V2 blog post, question mark." And then Simon responds back to that saying, "Hopefully this week, I'm going to review tomorrow." So we initially expected this blog post to come out a couple weeks ago, but the Hytale team has gotten busy with the pre-sales of the game and getting important things ready for early access release on the 13th. Understandably, some things get shifted around because of that. This World Gen V2 blog post is one of the few things that Simon has hyped up as being a really big deal. and has described it as something that will set a new standard in the genre. The Hytale team has kept any screenshots or even descriptions of World Gen V2 very secret, to the point where not a single screenshot or look at the new World Gen has ever been shown. The only piece of information that I recall hearing was when Simon made mention to how easy it would be for even beginner modders to be able to manipulate world generation themselves, create new biomes, and more. As a player, I'm very interested to see what we learn from this blog post. Definitely make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss me covering this as soon as it comes out, because I will be covering it in detail. Next, we have Simon teasing some potential new upcoming information. We covered this old post last month, but in it, Simon said, this lighting system can be replicated in Legacy Engine. We plan to do so after we finish optimizations. And just yesterday, he responded to it randomly with this GIF. And yes, it's pronounced GIF, not GIF. Fight me in the comments below if you want. This is very likely teasing some sort of update to the lighting system that we will be hearing about or seeing very soon. This all started with this old picture that compared the old engine lighting system and the new one that somebody unearthed from an older blog post. Simon has said that they will be making improvements to the lighting engine, likely moving it to look more like the new game engine did, so be on the lookout for information about this coming very soon. Now, somewhat related to this, Chaser replied to the tweet we mentioned in the beginning about Guy's Temple, saying, people ask for shader when the game is already this beautiful. To which Simon responded, people need to trust the long-term vision. We will add visual enhancements later on and make it all work in harmony, art and engineering. So I wanted to include this as a reminder to people. Hytale will not have third-party shaders, at least for quite a while, if ever, and that the Hytale team will instead focus on providing a good, consistent shader experience within the vanilla game, so everything fits cohesively together and seems to have some sort of a theme to it or an identity. So for now, if you have anything shader related that you would like to see out of the lighting engine in the game, you want to give that feedback directly to the Hytale team so they know what it is that you want to see them improve on. Now, lastly, I had an exchange with Qatar, who is leading the way on Hytale's creative suite. I asked him, not sure if you can answer this, but I feel like it's probably mostly within your realm of work. Is game state capture possible yet or on the roadmap so we can record our gaming sessions, play them back, and capture them with the machinima tool? So in case you don't know, game state capture is one of the two major things that make up what Minecraft does with replay mod possible. The other thing being the ability to manipulate the camera view, which Hytale is already doing with the machinima tools. Qatar replied back saying it's on the roadmap for ideally before early access is over. I know that's vague, but machinima editor improvement is coming in the first months after launch, which will be the beginning of the technical foundation for allowing game capture. This was great to hear as a creator, and for people that like watching Hytale content will care for this as well. A fully featured replay capability in the game will result in a lot of interesting and engaging content to watch. And it looks like we won't see anything with it in the near future, but knowing it's on their roadmap is a great sign for us to look forward to. So anyways, that concludes today's news. I suspect we will start to see news hit a lot more frequently now that the holidays are over. So if you don't want to miss the latest information about Hytale, be sure to drop this video a like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any future Hytale videos, and consider supporting the channel by using code PROWL8413 if you purchase Hytale or anything else in the game. Thanks a lot for watching, and remember, it's pronounced GIF, not GIF. I'll see you next time.